today we will use just shuttles, buses for us to going to gala dinner, because everyone knows that today we will wear fancy dresses, so we would like to go with the bus. And we thought that it was okay.
For accommodation, I can comment. In Istanbul, it's so expensive places, and it was our best because I think it's cheap for Istanbul. Just believe me.
And if you would like, you can check the prices of our hotels and the other Istanbul hotels, so you can understand easily.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
You're welcome.
We have no time for questions anymore. If you have any questions, please put it on Pigeonhole. Thank you. Okay, I'm closing agenda point 44, financial report of Council Meeting Yildiz. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. And we are going to agenda point 45, Council Meeting report. Council Meeting Porter report. Can I ask Rodrigo and Maria on stage?
Hey there, guys. So now we're going to talk a little bit about Council Meeting Port. So firstly, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Rodrigo Souza, and I'm the project leader of CM Port.
And I'm Maria Mats, I'm the president of LG Port, so I'm working closely to Rodrigo.
Is there an extra end mic?
Organizer, can you please bring one mic to the stage? Organizer.
Either way, let's keep going. So a little bit of our agenda.
Please bring the microphone to the stage.
To the stage.
So, sorry for this. Here you can see our official logo of the CM Porto. So I just wanted to say that we are very, very happy to finally have CM in Porto again. Like since 2016, we didn't host CM, so we are like super, super, super excited. So please give us a small round of applause for this. CM Porto is finally happening again.
And just as a little bit of a teaser, we gathered some pictures of what you can expect from Porto, some monuments, sightseeing, our university FIOP, where we'll have our GAs, also some fun activities, beaches, and and some cultural experiences. And for something that I think some of you guys were waiting for, the dates of the CM, you can start grabbing your phones and putting it onto our agendas. This reminder that these are preliminary dates, they still can be changed, but it will most likely be between the 25th of April and the 1st of May. And this is more or less what the shell of the council meeting would look like. So I'll wait for you guys to take pictures and stuff. Just because I'm a nice guy. Yeah, we already have some ideas of night activities. Yeah. You won't want to miss Portuguese night. Posso? Okay. Oh, wrong button.
Okay, now regarding the CR part, we already have some partnerships, like we already had some meetings, and perhaps you didn't know, but CM Porto was supposed to occur like in 2020 exactly. So a lot of things were like already planned, and we are staying with the same partners, and of course finding new ones. So we already have some money, like we know that we can count on it. So just to guide you, we have like the
Town hall. Town hall.
City Hall, yeah. They are helping us. They want to like fund part of the project. Also, our institutional partner will give us money, around 6K for part of the event. Also, Association of Tourism of Portugal, they will help us, and Metro for transportation. They already gave us some passes to give you guys during to use for the days to get to the faculty.
Yeah.
Now, here's we decided to left like a call for action. In case you want to help us or you have some suggestion of a company that we could approach and like ask for a meeting and pitch CM for them, or in case you like have a friend that works in a company, you can fill out the form. None of the fields are required, so it can be like anonymous. You can leave the contact of the person so that we can then reach out to them and start pitching CM.
I saw more funds out on the CM dates. Okay.
And of course, life is not just about work. We have everything you need. You really want, you're very excited for this CM. We have lots of beer, of course, music, and of course, nobody wants to miss out. You know that because Joanna loves our parties, and only Joanna, also Francisca, so VPs of Education really love us. And of course, you will love our nights. Porto nights are amazing. We really want you to be there, and of course, no party, guys. So, no Porto! No Porto!
Do we have any questions? We cannot start with a two, or is it? It's not a question. Okay, we start with Maria.
Maria Isabel, local from Piraeus. Guys, amazing job, congratulations. I would just like to urge you to put this link about the partners on Ilium so more people can see it and not just here. So,
Okay,
thank
thanks.
Helen, Helen and then Eric. Here to the right.
So I was wondering, what are your plans for coffee breaks, and have you considered getting a sponsorship for Pasta Donato?
For what?
For Pasta Donato?
So, yes, we are working on it. For now, we don't have updates on that part, but it's one of our major concerns. We are trying to acquire some sponsors for that part, and yeah, we'll try to be sure that we have all you need. And regarding Personalidade, well, that's more from Lisbon, but of course we'll have it since since like Harry Styles did an amazing advertisement for it, so you're gonna have it, okay?
Eric?
Eric from Gothenburg. Especially like after last international night, I feel that we sometimes forget best practice documents. It's not really clear how to have well, in this case, an international night. How do you want to learn from the last three offline council meetings to ensure that we have, well, an esteemed event that we remember from before the COVID times?
regarding international nights. One thing that we already talked about and we would like to change when comparison to this council meeting is having more space when it comes to the tables and having like actual tables, and then also having a separate space between dance floor and the tables for international nights, especially in the beginning of the night. For that, we basically have like 2 flat spaces for the night activities, or for most of them, and they are bigger and also have like inside and outdoor space, which in our opinion would be beneficial for that.
Okay, so guys, we unfortunately don't have time for questions anymore. Can you put your questions on Pigeonhole, please? And Thomas, quick too. Can you take the microphone? It's, Robin has it.
I think Eric's question was referring to how to make sure that people know the best practices, not so much the organizational side of things, but how people know that what the proceedings are during an international night, also from an organizational as well as from a participant point of view, and how do we ensure that this, for example, is communicated? I think that was more what the question related to.
Yeah, I think we haven't like thought about that structurally, but like can include in a survival guide or make like a small presentation during CM, but I think those are nice suggestions. So.
Okay, guys, Tomasz, can you please write that or Eric into Pigeonhole? We answer it online. Thanks. Okay, we don't have any question time anymore. I'm sorry. We really don't have time, guys.
Can I have a real quick question? How many participants do you plan to have?
What?
How many participants?
250, around that.
Okay, thank you guys. I'm closing agenda point 45, council meeting portal report. Today is gonna be the day. I'm running out of songs. And I'm open agenda point 51, progress in esteem. And I ask Boris and Zeynep to the stage for their esteem societies presentation.
Yeah. Hello. So my name is Boris. I'm from LG Sofia, and this is Zeynep from LG-Yildiz. And we are really happy to present you esteem societies, which is something we've been working on for the past 1 month. The idea of this presentation is just to raise awareness about the idea. I wouldn't call this an official project yet, but hopefully after a couple of months we can reach this point. So,
what is missing in esteem? You guys hear me, right? Okay. So, what is missing in esteem? Like, when we sit and think about it, yes, there was a lot of missing stuff that we also talked about here, but actually, I struggled a lot when I wanted to find some esteemers who I want to play some games with online or listen to music together, such as movies and stuff. So, there are like a missing connection between people with certain interests. So that's why we provide you the idea of esteem societies.
okay, so what are societies? Societies are basically a way for esteemers to gather in a fun way and talk about things that are not directly related to esteem or like IM or anything academic. Now, there is a little bit of backstory I need to tell you. So I'll begin first with one certain post on Ilium. I want to thank Chris Figures because he was kind of an inspiration for me for this idea. In short, that post had a particular quote that said that esteem is a network, but is it a community? Now, I'm not saying that we're not a community, but there's definitely more steps we can take to make it like a perfect community, and I think esteem societies is like the missing part of the puzzle. So after that post, I was encouraged by Sarah, thanks to you, to actually develop the idea, and I made one in a post that had like the intention to gather feedback, see whether this idea has any future. And then, okay, I spent like relatively 1 month collecting feedback based on helium and private messages I got from people on WhatsApp. So I like analyzed all the issues people pointed out with the idea. In general, the idea is received well, but there are some questions that need to be answered in the next months, which led to a second helium post that was posted just before CM, which laid the foundations of the idea and announces that this will be developed into a project eventually at some point. So now we move to defining societies. What are societies? Societies should be, first, they should be fun. They should be loosely organized. This means that we shouldn't be strict like we are with entities or departments. However, there should be some structure just to ensure that the project is moving on. They should be self-sustainable. There should be a demand for them, which means there is no point in creating a society if no one is interested into that. We don't want to force people into joining societies. We want this to be something fun, from esteemers to esteemers. So if you guys want this to happen, it will happen. If not, then it can happen sometimes in the future. And also, societies are meant to improve personal skills and provide more knowledge on topics that are usually not talked about in STEAM. It can be about any kind of hobby or talent you have. They should be simple to understand because the STEAM structure is already too complicated. It has to be because we're a huge network. And they should be equal and democratic like everything else in STEAM. And they should fully embrace STEAM's values, which they do. And now Marcy can tell you about what they shouldn't be.
So, on helium, as a feedback, like it was very clear that they need to be like very clear lines. So we want to like emphasize what societies are actually not. So they won't be based on a religion, gender, or a culture, or they won't be like student clubs, like the mother organizations that we have in our university. They won't be like that. They are part of an esteem. Like we are all esteemers still inside. And there are not advantages groups inside, so they are not like privileged or something. Plus, it won't be like a part, like for now, but what we think about is like, it's not like a thing in a team structure, it's like all over us, it's like us, this is us.
Okay, now we define societies, at least really the basics of them. We should explain how the societies will be structured, or at least what is the initial framework we want to go with. I want to thank the CERC committee for providing me the template on how to build this. So basically, societies will be structured around 4 things. That's identity, purpose, sustainability definition, and roles. All those 4 things should like help us determine whether a society will happen, whether it will develop, and whether it's unique, because if it's not unique and if it's not bringing any value to us as people and as esteemers, that society shouldn't really exist. So based on those 4 like groups, we will have more specific criteria for the future on which we will build each society. And now we will talk about the types of societies. In general, there will be 2 types of societies. I decided to call them reflective and functional societies. The reflective one will be basically societies that are mainly focused on discussing a topic. It could be like a similar music days, discussing like, I don't know, modern artists or something you're passionate about if you want to share it with fellow esteemers. And the functional societies are actually societies that do something and provide some kind of a product. So, for example, we can have...
So, we can have a meme society, which I'm a meme queen. So, it's a society where people can share memes with each other or create memes, because we always create some memes or stickers in GAs as well. So, that's a place for those people who like memes. And the other one is video games. So as I said, like there are online games like CS:GO or Valorant or League of Legends. So people can gather around like with esteemers and do some matches, games, like play some card games, maybe even online.
Okay, so we move on to music. Every one of us listens to music of some kind. It doesn't matter which kind of music. So this
Boris
is
Zainab, can
based
you wrap
on
up for that?
sharing
Your time
like
is over.
similar music taste and possibly maybe creating playlists that can be used for any Steam events. And then we have the art society, which encompasses all kinds of arts. It can be writing, drawing, sculpture, dancing, all kinds of arts. There are a lot of people here who have their artistic side. I think actually all of us have an artistic side, and the society can be used to develop it. And now about the progress report, what we have done so far, because there has been quite a lot of work behind the scenes. So first, we collected input from several leaders and bodies. We have created a project plan that is not finished, but we have some foundations. We have created a risk management sheet, which I think is really important in the long run, because we need to define the risks and make sure we tackle them, at least most of them, if you want this project to be successful. We created a task group. It's more like a team of people who are motivated and dedicated to the idea, and like a sheet of tasks that each of us has to accomplish. There is a Google Drive folder for the project that most likely all of you will be able to see in the future. There is a WhatsApp group that you will be able to join. More about this later. And we had the first society chat, which was attended by Sarah, me, and Sumaya. Thanks to them, we discussed really basic stuff, but I think it was really important to talk about it. And now a little bit about the project plan. The project plan is split into 3 stages, just to ensure that we keep track of what's happening. So we are currently in the first stage, which is preparation, benchmarking, analysis, and laying foundations for testing societies. This stage should finish by January next year, but if needed, it can finish later. Right now we have a lot of feedback, but in December I would like to collect more feedback from everyone, not just leaders and bodies, just everyone, because you're a huge network of people, and all of us are equal and can give equally valuable feedback. The second stage is the testing one, which is probably going to be the most fun. So for the beginning, for start, we plan to test the societies using online events, and we will test the 4 societies we showed you. Basically, you can just gather, for example, how language nights are done. The concept will be similar, and have fun. We are yet to discuss how this is going to happen with VPF activities and all the parties that are interested. And the third stage is the implementation phase and live testing. Hopefully, if everything goes alright and if we cleared all the issues during CM Porto, there will be another presentation about. There will be another presentation that will be kind of official project application, and after that we can start testing events live. And so, what's next? There are some goals we outlined, and for example, having regular team chats once a week or every 2 weeks, depends on the demand. There will be a regular Ilium update, so I advise you check Ilium regularly to be in touch with the details about the project. There will be a survey among LGs with the help of RCs, so we have as much feedback as possible. We will benchmark with ambassadors and more leaders. We plan to finish the project plan, and we will carry on developing the 4 societies we showed you, and they will be tested. After that, we will do an analysis based on the tests, and we will decide how we will proceed. And we plan in general to expand the team. So,
I was saying that you really need to wrap up. You already double over time.
So I will wrap it up this place very quickly. So of course there will be collaboration and connection and communication between all these entities, like bodies and committees. So I will not say one by one; it's pretty clear. But for recruitment and PR stuff, for IT stuff, we of course need to communicate with other people.
And in conclusion, it is really important for us to have your voice. Please, this QR code, please scan it. There are a couple of things in it, including a feedback form. And if you're interested in helping the project, you can note it down, and we will have it in mind. Also, there are links to the Ilium posts, and yep. And I want to thank a couple of people that were crucial to developing this idea. And these are Sumaya, Sarah, Chris Figgis, Claudia, Sigurd, Eisner, Maria from Piraeus, Beza, and many more. You know, I just didn't have enough space on the slide. And you can see our contacts, our phone numbers, our emails, our Instagram. Text us whenever you want to. If you have any questions, we'll be more than free to answer them. And also inside the QR code, there is a link to the WhatsApp group that's open to everyone, so you can join it and just, you know, we can have a free discussion there. And thank you.
Thank you. So we don't have time for questions, so please ask the question if you have some on Pigeonhole. So Boris, you can leave the stage. So I asked Beja on stage for the social consciousness survey. Technical Kiev. Is an organizer working on with the microphone tonight? Sarah, can you give the organizer the microphone? Or shout at Lisa, shout at. Yeah, we have a technical, can you give it to me?
Hello everyone, I'm Beyza.
Beyza, 1 minute, we have a technical question.
So, please guys, can you keep silent your presentation? There's a lot of conversation on the background. Like, it's so difficult to listen to people on a stage.
And we would also really ask you not to open your packages during someone's presentation. It really takes someone's, it really distracts. It really it's just not good for presentations.
Okay, thank you, both of you. So on the stage.
Thank you everyone. So today I'm going to talk about the social consciousness of STEAMers survey a bit. First, let's look at the agenda. What are surveys? Highlights from the results. What is next? And question time. So what are surveys? Surveys are basically surveys about social and environmental topics in and outside of STEAM, and with these surveys we want to create a sustainable social and socially and environmentally responsible strategy for STEAM, so that's why we are doing them. It's also, this is from the first survey, Environmental Consciousness of STEAMers, and this is the second survey that we haven't published the white paper yet. So there were 4 sections of this survey. I'm going to talk about the first 3 of them. So I will start with the personal data of the survey respondents. We had 112 responses from 45 local groups. As you can see, gender and age distribution is expected, as considering the people in STEAM. And most of the people were either locally or centrally active. We had some alumni and no newbies. As you can see, more than half of the answers were from just 5 countries, and as you can see, Russian and Ukraine algaes takes the most part. So we had relatively low socio demographic diversity among answers, so we should read the results according to that. So at first we asked people about inequal opportunities in general, and they said financial situation, gender, nation, and education plays a big role, but this is for general. And we specifically ask for equal opportunities in STEAM, and people think that the infringement of equal opportunities in STEAM is usually caused by financial situation. And there were 4 people who said education in this, by the way, too. And then we asked, since financial situation had the majority, we asked, do you think opportunities in STEAM are equal regarding economic status? And interestingly, more than half of the people agree with that we have equal financial opportunities in STEAM. And then when we look at the equality in esteem, most of the people think that people are not discriminated based on their gender, nation, or sexuality in esteem. But however, there were some mentions of heteronormativity in esteem, and I think that should be taken into account. And then when we ask people, do you feel comfortable as a newbie or as an experienced esteemers, do you think that you face discrimination? People said no. There were some yes answers, but the reason behind this was different from each other, interestingly. So let's look at health and well-being. So majority of the esteemers feel healthy, and they feel healthy mentally, but mental health is a bit lower than physical health. However, factors like war, climate crisis, heavy workload seems to have negative effects on esteemers, as you can imagine. And the happy thing is people are comfortable talking about mental health and esteem, and they feel comfortable, and esteem affects their health and well-being positively. But majority agrees that we should kind of put more emphasis on mental health and well-being in esteem. Here you can see the survey results. It's like very, very green. And then we asked about people, how do you think about esteem activities in the scope of health and well-being? For example, how the food and the activities affect their health. But since the alcohol consumption was one of the hot topics, I will mainly show the results from that. Opinions were very diverse. There wasn't a consensus. But to ensure inclusivity, I think we should find some alternatives to drinking activities, because there were some quite comments about that. Here are the results. As you can see, very diverse. Some people think that alcohol consumption affects them very much. And then I will talk about what is next. A detailed report of the survey will be published. You can find it on Ilium soon, and you can check out all the results. And then we will conduct a new survey on sexual harassment. And if you want to be a part of this team, please contact me. I'm very thankful for great survey team, Rita, Doğa, Ines, and Rebecca. And thanks a lot.
Unfortunately, we also don't have question time, sorry. So please ask a pigeon holder or just approach her directly later. And last but not least, I'd like to ask Maria and Dorin on stage.
Hello, can you hear me? So, I am Dorin, and here with Maria, we will like to inform you about some changes that we will make in the future on the portal. So let's go. The future of the Steam portals, sadly. As I said, Maria and me, Dorin. Let's have a little bit of context. Like billions of years ago, we got the first portal, and after quite a journey, we got to the portal 5, as most of you know it as the old portal, the thing that we tried to get rid of for quite some years. We also have portal 6, which is the new portal, and in 2019, we got internal esteem that's on WordPress. And the current situation, we mainly use the old portal for the email lists. We also have some local group feature that we couldn't move to the new portal yet, and also all this team information. On the new portal, here we have like the events, the local groups, your accounts, alumni, and structured information. But sometimes even now, if you don't know your way around the new portal, it's pretty hard to find some things that you need. And internal Esteem, here we have mostly like pages with information that don't need a lot of technology in the back. We use it for open calls, get active, partners, council meeting, the spirits page, and so on. The problems. Since we are changing the leader in every year, the IT committee is quite special compared to the other committees, and sometimes it's hard when the leaders are changing every year, and also maybe team members, and it's getting difficult, like to get the hang of things. It's hard to manage and update content because sadly we can't teach people how to program because we are not that knowledgeable and still we don't have the time. So when people are coming, it takes some time for them to learn, and for every small change it takes quite a time to do it, and we can't do it really fast. As I said, we are lacking people with expertise. Now in our team we have mainly alumni. We only have 2 members that are actively working, and even they are oldies and they would like to slowly get off IT. And it's quite difficult to move some features from the old portal to the new one. I think maybe the oldies know that it's already quite, it's like a meme that we are trying to close the old portal but it's still running and we need it.
Thank you, Darren. Hi guys, it's Maria from KMC, taking over. So another problem that we have is that all these websites that we have are super intertwined, and all the content within it, within them, is duplicate or probably missing. So also, internal esteem, probably most of you have no idea what that is, and this is the first time actually looking at it. Therefore, it means it lacks visibility, and this must change. And how is this supposed to change? These 3 portals will merge into a new one, which is going to be the new portal, let's say. ITC will take care of the technical aspect, of course, and the Knowledge Management Committee will take care of the content within it. Some of the features of the new portal, let's say, it will be designed by KMC on WordPress. It will be found under www.esteem.org. So it will be, as I said, like the new portal. You would be able to log in normally and access some different pages that externals won't be able to do through SSO. SSO is the thing you do also to connect in the portal through Microsoft. And all pages, services, committees, whatsoever about Esteem will be included there, except the event portal that will remain on the previous portal. And the work so far. Okay. The first sitemap of the website is complete. A sitemap is pretty much a map of the content that the website has. We have 2 new web designers recruited. Also, there are open calls if you would like to join, same as promotion. And we have already 5 pages worked upon. However, we would like to gather more content before proceeding to new pages. And an estimated launch. Let's say February. I will try personally my best to see this through. However, the creation of the pages is not only up to KMC. We would like input from leaders. According to that work, we'll see if it's possible to do it on February. Yes, if you're a leader, we will probably approach you if we haven't done it already. Thanks a lot. If you have any questions, you can ask us now or no?
Unfortunately, we need also need to project to patient. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you. So if you have questions, please push us to open hole. I closed agenda point 51, progress in Esteem. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous? And I reopen agenda point 35, changes in regulations, and Kai, the stage is yours.
Yeah, hello again. I try to be quick. So we had in the voting session a vote on this proposal to change the internal regulations to allow also esteemers associated with a guest and observer group to apply to become a leader in this team. I want to thank here local reporter who made us aware of one issue with the voting, in which we have to say the voting, even though it was accepted with an 84% majority, is not veiled. This is because we have an active conflict with another regulation. This is in our membership regulations 2.3, students associated with a guest group cannot be elected, and 3.3, students associated with an observer group cannot be elected. So our proposal was conflicting with another regulation that we didn't take into consideration in the proposal. That is why the voting itself is not veiled, even though it initially was accepted with 84%. Hereby I want to raise a new proposal, which is the proposal to change both the internal regulations and the membership regulations. So the exact same change on the internal regulations, but in addition to that, also a change in the membership regulations. Under 2.3, there are certain points listed what a guest group cannot do or can do. Same with 3.3 about observer group. We just propose to also delete those two things that are here.
Okay, do we have any quick clarification questions? Understanding the question? Okay, is an organizer here with a microphone?
From LG Cartagena. Now with this change, we are going to change another two regulations, and maybe we have to consider it better, because in my experience as creating a new local group and a guest group, if someone of my board or someone of maybe me, I want to be in a STEAM central and be a leader, this guest group probably won't develop and grow as well as another. That's because if you are a leader, you don't have time in a local level to work on. So maybe I think that maybe as an observer group, you know that there is sustainability, and maybe you have more people in a local level. But in a guest group, I think it's impossible, or it's very difficult.
So we had the proposal already before with the same arguments. I presented your argument as well as the ones that stand on the other side. We had the voting, 84% said they were in favor of that change. We realized now that there's a conflict in the proposal, so this should fix basically what we already discussed. So I don't think we need to start the argumentation again, because you already did that.
Yes, but yesterday you told me that today I can ask, because yesterday we didn't have time and I can express my opinion as a guest group.
Sorry, it's fine that you share your opinion. It's fine. Sorry, I forgot about this one. But
And internal regulations, and then in the both of them states they cannot be elected. Have you made research on this topic? Like, have you talked with the old people who were actually working on them? What's the reasons behind that they were thinking that it's not applicable for them to be elected as leaders?
Exactly, this is what we also talked about when we raised the proposal on the 38 day. So content-wise, the arguments were given, I think, or do you have any questions about the argumentation?
No, but it's in the both of them, so...
Yes.
So did you do it?
Do what?
Research?
Yes.
Okay, what was the reasons? Was there anything?
Okay, so then I repeat the arguments basically. So on the one side, we have the perception that, okay, people that work on guest and observer group as streamers that are active there, the main interest for them should be to develop the quite new local group. That is the one side of the argumentation line. On the other side of the argumentation line, we see other arguments that were pointed out on the third GA day. So, for example, we see that one of our highest values is encouraging participation. We see also that we want to give the decision to the individual person on what they want to do in a team. And there were more arguments mentioned. We also had 2 cases now already, just very recently, in which this regulation created a problem because the council couldn't elect a person by default because that person was coming from an observer group. We had to overrule it. And just recently with our committee leaders, we run into a similar situation in which we couldn't appoint a person because that person was initially from a guest group until she moved to another city and became a member of a member group. So those are the arguments very quickly summed up that are on the other side.
Okay. Delegates, can I ask the voting committee on stage? We will have an open vote on this proposal. Can you take your voting sheets, delegates? Okay. Technical, Joao, just shout it. And then the regulations stay as they are because the other one which was voted upon is invalid because it was conflicting. The change was conflicting with already existing regulation. Okay. So, delegates, if you're in favor of the new proposal of the board, raise your green sheets. If you're against the red, and if you want to abstain, the yellow, and please keep them open so that the voting committee can count. We don't need to blindfold it.
Because I don't have.
Okay, so the proposal is approved. So
thank you, voting committee. Okay, I'm closing agenda point 35, change in regulation. LG Calabria, shalalalala. And I open agenda point 54, awards, and ask Sarah on stage. Ah no, it's not Sarah, it's Maria, I'm sorry.
Hello again. Okay. Hi guys, so this is the Ilium report / awards. Who of you have Ilium account? Hands. Okay, excellent. I'm very, very happy. So, starting off with what is Ilium, in case of some of you don't know. Ilium is a knowledge-sharing platform that we use in Steam to exchange opinions on different topics. And it kind of looks like that. If you don't have an account, you can see it there. It's the online office, let's say, of Steam, but mainly for Central. This is something, by the way, we are trying to change. And as the mechanics behind it, you can share posts, you can comment, you can like. It's pretty much like a Facebook feed. And these are the transparencies we go by, the values we go by: transparency, knowledge sharing, and open interaction. All right, so everything that I'm going to say from this point on is for the past 6 months, because there are different statistics provided by the Ilium as a platform. So yeah, what did we see since May? We see an open communication, knowledge sharing, feedback, updates, input, and so on. We see an enhanced network activity. We connected boards, leaders, team members, and actives. However, there will always be improvement points. We would like to raise the local group participation in that, have a more universal commenting by many streamer groups, and also to improve the platform user experience. I will not bore you with specific technical improvements, just for you to know that we are gathering platform improvement points. As I said, you can find the Ilium post about it and share your opinions in case you have an account. Alright, about the statistics. Here you can see an improved active user trend. This is from May, by the way, until October. Of course, throughout summer, streamers are not as active, and it makes sense. Comparing to last year, we have a 9% increase of total users and 11% increase of active users. Okay. We have now the Ilium Awards, who did best. So now, for the most popular stories of the past 6 months, we have From KFC to KMC, number 3. Then we have the new process for event promotion by Alex. And from our lovely president, sexual harassment is a problem in esteem for the first place. Now, for the most active esteemers, please, I would like a drum. Number 3, Joao Pitara from Aveiro. Number 2, drum roll, please. Chris from Dansk. And in number 1, Sude. Congratulations. Alright, and last but not least, for the most active spaces, therefore the most active entities. In place number 3, drum roll, we have the Personal Development Department. For place number 2, we have the Trainers Community. And place number 1, Intercultural Development Department. Alrighty, and in case you want your Ilium account, you can scan this QR code. Thanks a lot, and see you soon.
Sarah?
Okay, get up. Get up.
Now the stage is yours, Sarah.
Alright, and we have the Yogi Awards. So a little bit about what are Yogi Awards. They give the LGs the opportunity to be recognized for their efforts of organizing amazing events for esteem in each council meeting. So it kind of works like Academy Awards. We have different categories. In event quality, we have best fed esteemers, best content of the agenda, and best activities. And then we have event of the year, service central exchange and online. And how do we do it? By the event of the year is a combination of Net Promoter Score, so the number you click on when you get the feedback email, and then the feedback in general, how do you rate it. And then the event quality categories are determined with the combination from feedback scores of the related area. And some constraints. For the events, the minimum number of participants is 9. The response rate of feedback should be over 40, and there's a star because in the online category we put it to 30 because there weren't that many online events with over 40% of feedback response rate. And the same event cannot win twice. The time span from CM Belgrade to the 28th of October, and for CM Porto, with Yogi Awards, the time span will then start from the 29th of October. And so, we can go. Let's do, I was gonna say let's be time efficient and do only one clap per each per each, but we can do a short drum roll, okay? Best fitness teamers are Northwest Motivational Weekend. One clap. Let's do one clap so we're fast, okay? Best content of the agenda in Gothenburg, Business Groningen. Best activities in Lappeenranta, Belgrade, Visit Calabria. Then we have event of the year, online event of the year. We have a podium, third place, language night, Ukrainian. Second place, new leaders welcome event. With first place, Esteem Book Club kickoff. Then central event of the year, podium again, IDD Com Bremen. Second place, Northwest Motivational Weekend Aachen. First place, LSS Summit 5 years, Helsinki. Exchange of the year. Third place, Lappeenranta, Belgrade, Visit Calabria. Gothenburg visits Groningen. Munich visits Graz. Service event of the year. Europe 3D. Aveiro, Portugal. Summer Academy, Istanbul-Yildiz Preacher. First place, Lappeenranta, Tampere, Europe 3D. And congratulations, guys. Then we move on to next one. We have Traveler of the Year. So this is something we wanted to do. Who has the most days spent in an esteem event? From Seville to Yildiz, and excluding 32nd and 33rd board. I'm sorry. Yeah, third place. Days. So we have 59 days, 61 days, and 67 days. Third place, we have Emil from Gothenburg. Second place, Joao Pissarra, Aveiro. First place, Wahab from Berlin. Congratulations, guys. Please go home sometimes.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm closing agenda point 54 awards. Alle meine Gentlemen auf dem Weg, schwimmen auf dem Weg. And I open agenda point 55, upcoming opportunities.
All right, it's me again, upcoming opportunities. All right, so what we have in Portal, we have skiing activity week coming up 13, and yeah, woo, 10%. Its applications are open now. You can apply. Go there. We have training new trainers in Budapest. Should we do it for everything? Let's do after all the events. All the events on the portal. Not all the events. Okay. Oh, whatever. You know what I mean. And then applications open on the 21st of November. And then we have Winter Academy Novi Sad coming in February. Applications open in December. And yesterday added Bias Activity Week in Cartagena. Applications open on the 4th of December. And do you want to organize events? Maybe. Here's a QR code. And thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. Can the organizers come on stage? They also. Can the organizer not come to stage? You want to do it now? No, you don't need to. Like... Sorry. I'm closing agenda point 55, upcoming opportunities. And we are going back to agenda point 40, accreditation of instructor trainers, and I ask Chris on stage.
Okay, so as I said yesterday, some people who travel for TNT or are developing themselves in TC are receiving great power, and even some of them are then taking the great responsibility that comes with it. And this comes with one person who fulfilled all of the criteria to be advanced from junior trainer to esteemed trainer. And I would like to ask you for a big round of applause because she put a lot of effort into developing others, spending her time to do so. And I would like to all of you to congratulate Franziska. Any photographers not sleeping?
Any photographers?
We can take later.
Take it, you can take it. I will just keep on with the agenda. Just take the picture.
One more big round of applause.
So I'm closing agenda point 40, accreditation of instructor and trainers. Ooh, ah, you're the boss. Say, ooh, ah, you're the boss. Yes, sir!
Ah, you're the boss. Say, oh, ah, you're the boss.
And I open agenda point 56, appreciations. And I'd like to ask Sarah on stage again.
Hello again. Next up, we want to appreciate some people who have contributed to our network. And first, we would like to appreciate some local esteemers of the year who have contributed to their local groups in an extraordinary way. So I would like to give the word to Essen.
Yeah, then we can also have a small drum roll, I think. And our first local esteemer of the year is He presented his application for the observership from his local group, and yeah, 1 year ago when he started to do these things, he was completely alone, but then he brought so many new esteemers to his local group. They organized the Spanish motivational weekend and an exchange, and they even have more and more event plans for the future, and yeah, they're also getting active centrally, so we wanted to thank you for your commitments and dedication for esteem, and yeah, for all of your contributions for your local group. We hope to see, yeah, your LG will shine even more in the future. Thank you.
So, the next one to honor as esteemer of the year, so to say, is a local responsible that is very, very involved. And that local responsible managed to increase the applications to esteem events compared of the previous year for the local group members by full 125%. And who it is, you can realize after a little drum roll. Oh. Deco! Diego managed not only to increase the participation for esteem so much on her local group, she also managed something extraordinary for a Finnish local group, so to say. She really sparked the esteem spirit and the motivation for esteem to not only a few people in a local group, but for the whole big local group, the entire mother organization's board, for example, and she built up an esteem committee and made it big. So you deserved it. Thank you for your contribution.
So, third esteemer of the year, but definitely not less important. We have a person who is very involved in the local level. Their LG has been struggling a lot lately, but they're doing their best to bring it back to life. They have organized 2 events in the last couple of months, and we can say with certainty that they're gonna organize more. And drum roll, it is Anna from Bucharest! Anna has really brought the spirit back to her local groups. She organized the ITC.com back in the beginning of summer, and very recently Leaders Forum. We worked together with her, and we can say that the local group is just going to shine even more. Thank you, Anna.
So for us as a board, we are dependent on a lot of people in the network, not only the ones that dedicate so much time and energy in the local level, but also that dedicated their time in supporting us in the central level. All the team members that work in our international teams, thank you for doing this. Thank you for bringing this network here a step further, and thank you for being so dedicated. And speaking of dedication, I of course need to point out the S-team leaders, our higher generation. Could you stand up, our leaders? Your work is so important. Without you, we wouldn't be standing here being able to present anything. Without you, we would be so lost, and we are so happy that we have you on our side, and we are incredibly grateful to have you here. And I would love to have you here all and give you all a single hug or something. It takes too much time for now, but gala dinner is there, and like, we owe you so many beers, you can't imagine. Thank you so much.
First one on Kai.
So one big round of applause for our leaders again, please. You can sit again, thanks. And we're here at the council meeting in Istanbul-Yildiz. And this council meeting has truly been a great challenge. It was organized in half a year, in less time than the normal council meeting, sparked with incredibly dedicated people. We are so happy to be so welcomed here. So many people that stand up so early. Like, I think you slept even less than Max. I'm not sure. It is really, I'm speechless to say how much you do for us and how much time and energy you put here in. Every organizer, everyone from the organizing team, the project leader, everyone from the local group Istanbul-Yildiz and the mother organization, the Quality and Productivity Club. Please stand up. Thank you. Thank you. And I also would like to call our project leaders on stage for a second. Öykü and Özgür. You suffered so much, I think, in this week, but I hope it was a great experience for you as well. And we are so thankful, because without you, we would probably sit in a small room in front of a laptop screen right now. And we are so thankful for you. And I want to give those two things to you here. Thank you. I would also like to talk about one very special person. That special person is an honorable member of his team, Professor Jim Platz. Jim Platz, unfortunately passed away in September. He was a professor at the University of Cambridge, and his dedication for his team and what he brought to his team is truly outstanding. He founded the Esteem Summer Academy in 2001. From the first edition until 2013, he has held numerous summer academies as an academic leader. He advised and supported the work of various esteem boards and initiated EPM, the European Professors of Industrial Engineering and Management. And he didn't even leave his mark on esteem as an organization, but on so many people throughout his involvement in esteem. And yeah, we want to show our respect to him as a person, his contribution and his duty to developing so many people, being an inspiration to so many people. And I would like to call on stage Elias or people from the alumni to say a few words about him as a person.
So I don't want to be here. I don't want to stand in front of you and talk about Jim. I don't want to share what life-changing things he have given to me, and just not just only me, but you can read it in the magazine. I can highly recommend it. Like the events he has done, he has touched so many people in their hearts. So I would have loved for you to meet him, to get to know him, to realize his teachings. Right? I mean, one of his quotes I really love, and which has changed my perspective also on humanity, is leadership is creating flowers in other people's hearts. And I don't know what leadership definition you had in mind before, but sometimes, and I think this is why Jim and his team also matched, because this is what happens also in his team. And this is why I am here today and why I stand in front of you, because we had something similar this morning, right? We all witnessed like how a whole country pays respect to someone who's long gone. And the question is, why do we do this? What is the value of remembering someone who's gone? Maybe because they have done something that is worth remembering, something that is worth keeping on, something that's worth keeping alive. And we were struck, like the whole community of Summer Academy participants who had the chance to meet him and to go through this life-changing experience. We had the chance to see this, and we hope we can keep it alive. And this is what memory is about, trying to keep something alive that was great, something keeping worthy, something making happen, to create something that is, to make it again, so that you actually can, not meet Jim, but meet some of the things that he has done to us. Some of the great things, like, just like, for me it was like, you know, like your biggest people that have an influence on you are your parents, and then the next thing is Jim, for me. And I know my parents for now 42 years. I've met Jim for 2 weeks, and he's number 3. And we're looking for ways so that you can all get this insights, that you embody this idea of leadership is creating flowers in other people's hearts, really flourishing the world, creating a world that does not have a need of war. Creating such a world is what he tried to do with us for 15 years while he was giving summer academies to his team. And we will see how we can do this. It's not sure. We have one scholarship. David will speak about it. And I can just encourage you to read the article in the magazine, try to grasp something out of it, and some of the lessons that everybody who was in those summer academies has learned is something that we have seen today as well with Tomasz, and that's something that that is a key skill that will help you as well in your life, is listening. You might remember the CM Porto presentation, and then there was this question that was asked about, what was it again? I forgot. But then Tomasz realized, okay, the answer did not fit the question. And this is a great skill that you understand not only what people say, but what people actually want to address and how you can help them. And this skill was something that I was honored to receive during the Summer Academy. And this skill is something that we don't want to lose in this team, and that's why we remember at Jim, because we need to find a way that all of you also can have the same experience that has touched me. Thanks.
Thank you, Elias. I would like to add to this because I've actually never been at Jim's Summer Academy, but still Jim had a profound impact on me just because we spent some time discussing the concept of Summer Academy when I was responsible for it. So Elias said some people are worth remembering, and Jim is one of those people. And we believe that if we just stay here at the GA and all of you leave, the generations change and Jim will be forgotten within 1 year or within 2 years. And the impact that Jim had on his team will not be valued for the long run. That is why we sat together with the foundation and the board to create, as Elias said, a scholarship. A scholarship based on Jim's idea of having an essay competition. And because leadership is what was so important to Jim, this scholarship will be a scholarship for one of the summer academies. You will find this also in the magazine mentioned there, but the details still have to be sorted out. We're discussing those after the CM, at the CM, but it will be paid by the foundation. We'll get a presentation on the foundation later on. And everybody, esteemers and non-esteemers, will be able to apply for such scholarship. And we hope that this scholarship will carry on the spirit of Jim and will carry on the name of Jim within his team. So, thank you. And, well, we'll probably be involved a little bit in the evaluations, so we'll be looking forward to your applications once everything is sorted out.
Ask you to stand up for a moment, to be in silence for a few seconds, for a minute. We proceed now with a break of 15 minutes.
First of all, I close agenda point appreciation, 56 appreciation. Eyes on you, in my vida, eyes on you. And we want to ask the organizers on stage, they want to have a small introduction to the event. Are the alumni already there? Yeah, perfect.
Hi everyone.
Hi. We will talk about 18th International Supply Chain Camp.
I'm Murat Uluiter, 18th International Supply Chain Camp Project Leader.
And I'm Sezen Özkan, 18th International Supply Chain Camp Content Leader.
So, what is the International Supply Chain Camp system?
18th International Supply Chain Camp is Turkey's most prestigious and only international supply chain and logistics event. And our Camp 5 lasts 5 days with participants from all around the world, where we will have sessions and workshops about logistics and supply chain. Our event is an academic event where we will give you certificates from professional educators. And in the auditorium part of our event, we have a 2-day seminar with more than 700 participants from our local students and an interactive company fair.
Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry.
We have technical and city tour. We have academic games in the camp, and of course, we make a party every night, and we have lots of fun. We don't have international night, but we have Turkish night, and we will drink rakı. But do you know like rakı? You know? Okay, guys. It's like gala dinner, Turkish night. And we will stay at the center of Istanbul, Taksim. A lot of estimate came in the past years, so you are important. So to us, we want to see you in our events.
So we wanted to make a first this year, and I know we're all interested about metaverse, blockchain, or NFT. But have you ever wondered the logistics of it? So we wanted to make our camp team this year the logistics and supply chain of metaverse, NFT, and blockchain, and we will have important speakers about this subject.
It's draft agenda. Some of the companies last year's.
And we are giving you an opportunity to meet face-to-face from important people from these companies and gain network.
And some photo, technical tour, session, workshop.
And tour, and more sessions, and this is my favorite photo. Yeah. And this is us.
And we have slogan like you. Yes, we can is a slogan and very important for us. We want to I count 1, 2, 3, and we say yes, we can together. Are you okay?
Okay.
As they were
On the count of 3.
1, 2, 3. Yes, we can.
Thank you.
If you want to ask to us anything, you always contact us. Our WhatsApp or mail, Instagram, and
you can follow our Instagram account.
In our lives.
Yeah.
Thank you
for you.
Yeah, you can scan it. And our friends are giving out brochures for our event.
Thank you, both of you. So if any of you has questions, you can approach them now during the break.
Thank you for listening.
We're making a 15-minute break. Come back here at 2:15. Wait. Let's sit down. Nicola?
Can you just announce in the microphone that Potato Region is taking a picture and I wanted to come?
Okay, Potato Region is taking a picture. Have fun in the break. Can Vivian from the alumni come to the
Guys, wait a minute. Guys. Don't forget to pick up your magazines. There are still many local groups missing. Alumni, please feel free to stop by and grab an issue, like a copy for yourself. That's it.
The picture is at the banner in front. Thank you.
Northeast Region at the banner. Lassie, you also joining the presentation? Are you all present? Okay. Okay, everybody, we are starting. Wait.
No, wait.
No, we don't start the Kahoot, we're starting the GA.
Oh, okay. Then all right.
Okay, sit down. Okay, we are open agenda point 57, esteemed alumni presentation. And I ask Lassie and Alas on stage. Or who else from the alumni wants to come on stage? I think everyone. Abigail also. If the alumni want to come, they just come to the front here.
We ask the alumni to stage.
Okay, can we see the presentation before the Kahoot?
Okay. Can everybody please raise their hands? I start counting up the number of council meetings where you have been to. Everybody raise their hands because everybody has been to at least one council meeting. And you lower your hand when I reach the number of council meetings that you have been to. Okay, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
Do you have grand kids?
Okay, guys, I'm a student from Hamburg. My name is Vivian, and I'm currently working at the university as researcher. And I have the pleasure to introduce the STEAM alumni program to you today. So when you are approaching the end of your studies and think about what are you planning after your studies, and think about what is life after STEAM like. It is a good timing to consider joining the alumni program or the mentoring program. Yes, and another scenario would be that you maybe exited your studies already and you're now already for some years working, and like me then, consider to meet up with like-minded professionals and party and travel and collect some interesting experience. Then would be a good timing for you to join an alumni event and maybe apply for a junior alumni membership, and we would like to present it today to you. So
So this picture, as you see there, it's basically from the alumni presentation in Vienna 2015, so already 7 years ago, like this day, kind of. So you see Christoph Hagedorn, and it is quite a... Okay. Okay, so you see, so you see, it's quite a tradition already that we have an alumni presentation every year and present also the program here. So you also see Felix Limper, who's an alumni now, and yeah, who sometimes joins at events, and maybe you follow the same way and will be standing in front of the stage like in a couple of years. But as you see, it is actually a tradition in Esteem with Esteem alumni, and it was founded like 1993 already, so some years ago. And here you see that we have already like 1,600 members, around like 1,300 like regular members, like 2,000 junior alumni and 19 applicants who are planning to be alumni soon. And we do the coordination. So Alas, Lassi, and myself, we're coordinating like meetings and stuff like that. So yeah. And even though we exited our studies already, so we keep the esteem values, common values of the organization. So we live the esteem spirit and friendship. We are also a network of IAM professionals. We have events all over Europe for professionals as well, or people who are nearly graduating. And yeah, and we also have the support between alumni, which is really nice. So I hand over to you.
Okay, I'll talk a bit about the activities that we have. Just like Esteem alumni also have events. There's a little bit fewer of them, and they have a little bit different agendas, different concepts, but the general idea is the same. Our most common event is a roundtable. It's usually a gathering of alumni who live in a certain city, and these mostly happen in like bigger cities where there's like a lot of alumni who want to hang out with each other. We have often roundtables in cities like London, Munich, Berlin, Helsinki, and roundtables are also open for students, just like all of our other activities. So if you see that there's a roundtable in your city maybe, and you want to get to know some alumni, you can join as well. Then we have sports events. Every year usually we have a skiing event in the Alps. This year it's going to be in France in March. There's usually a canoeing event in Latvia, and sometimes there's a sailing event. So as you can see, our events tend to be more relaxed rather than professional, because a lot of Esteem alumni, they work full time, so they want to meet other Esteem alumni and have fun during the events. We often go to festivals. At Exit in Novi Sad, there's often a lot of alumni along with the student event. Oktoberfest, this year it didn't happen because unfortunately we could not reserve a table, but we hope to get back to it, and hopefully next year we will be able to do it. Wurstmarkt, a wine festival in Germany. There's always alumni attending that one, and at least last year we had a Berlin and LG anniversary event with both students and alumni. And on the Esteem portal, the events, there's a separate category for the alumni events. So if you want to see what the alumni are up to, you can switch the categories to alumni, and then you'll see the alumni events there. And yeah, like I said earlier, all the alumni events, they are open to all the students as well.
Okay, so you've heard about what we are doing among ourselves, and hopefully what you will do one day once you join the alumni network. But let's talk about how we collaborate with STEAM in scope of related projects. So, we have the Growing Together mentoring program, and Madalina, where are you? Raise your hands. She will have an awesome presentation about it after this. STEAM Incubator, you probably have heard already, but if you haven't, you can approach Elias over there and Martin over there for your questions. It's actually a cooperation with Business Booster. We have Lean Six Sigma for alumni. It's a training certificate program in obviously Lean Six Sigma. And we have the leadership camp every year for, you know, in order to improve your leadership skills. If you liked what you've seen so far, how can you join STEAM alumni? Here are basic 6 steps you can actually immediately do if your Wi-Fi or 4G is working at your phone. First, obviously you go to steam.org because we have an integrated portal. Then second, you scroll down and find that screen over there and click Join Alumni button. Then here is a basic application form. You enter your credentials and click Apply, fill in the form, and wait for the next alumni meeting, which will happen in June in Eindhoven this year, and then your membership application will be voted upon. Yeah, thanks for the reminder, Lassi. By the way, if you haven't graduated yet, you can also follow these steps to become a junior alumni. So junior alumni is basically in the network of alumni who hasn't graduated from their studies yet. So once you become a junior alumni, you can do that already. When you graduate, you basically just click a button that says I graduated, and you automatically become an alumni. So you don't have to go through this process again. And thank you. Before the questions, we have a Kahoot presentation, and for the winner of this Kahoot, there will be an award in the gala dinner presented by us. So can you please pick out your phone if you would like to join and get a nice presentation from the alumni. Okay, 49, 50, 49. Okay, we have 60 now. I guess I'll wait for 80, let's say, to begin.
Nice. Nice.
Okay. Starting in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. Okay, I see people still joining in. I'll wait a little bit more. Okay, this is time for serious. 5, 4, 3. Three.
Alumni don't have either room.
2, 2, 1. Let's go. Welcome to the Esteem Alumni Kahoot. Okay, we have a countdown again. First question.
So we start with the first question. So what is Esteem Alumni? You have 21 seconds to answer it. So an anonymous hacker club for former bodies, a roundtable organization sponsored by Heineken, a non-profit organization for former athletes, or Alcoholics Anonymous.
Wow! We have a lot of correct answers. Let's see who got them correctly fastest. Mike Oxlong is in the lead, and Francesca is second. Okay, we can move on to the second question. When was Esteem Alumni founded? 1990, 1993, 1996, or 2002? Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop looking now. 1993. Okay, the number of correct answers are decreasing, but we are still on the good side. Oh, Pegasus. Petter is following very closely, and Lincoln, Nietzsche. Keep up the good work.
Okay, so next question would be, when Esteem was founded, how did Esteemers communicate? So A, by letter, B, by pigeon post, C, by TikTok, or by email?
Disclaimer, by pigeon post we don't mean Twitter, like literal pigeons flying and stuff.
It is by pigeon post.
Okay. Email wasn't that popular back in those days. So the answer is by letter. Let's see. Jens is in the lead. Pegasus, Flex, Petteri, and Joanna are following very closely. Okay, next question. How many CMs has Martin Schoenbeck attended? You click a number. We don't have multiple options for this one. Is it 0? I don't think so. Is it 50? I guess we haven't reached there while we were doing the count. What is it? 35 is the correct answer. And we have a lot of correct ones. Good job. Let's see. Oh, Pegasus and Jens are tied for the lead. Okay, fifth question.
Okay, this is obvious. When should I apply for junior alumni membership? After winning the Helsinki challenge, when I am approaching the end of my studies, when I raised too many motions at CM, or after I graduated. So, yeah. 7 more seconds.
We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop voting now. Okay, we are above 100 again. Let's see who's being fast. Once again, Jens is still in the lead. Pegasus is still following. And this final question will change everything. How can I apply for an Esteem alumni membership? In the Esteem portal, I ask the LR of my local group. I need to send a fax to the Esteem board or go to an Esteem alumni event. Time is ticking. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's see who is the winner then, since we have so many correct answers. In the third place, Petteri. In the second place, Pegasus. And first place goes to... Yes! Congratulations! Jens, can you show yourself? Okay. Find us in the gallery. Okay, thank you everybody. I strongly encourage you to apply for the Junior Alumni Membership already. Min, do we have time for questions? Okay, we can take questions.
So we have time for some questions. Does someone want to ask a question for the alumni? Yes, we have there. Do we have an organizer with the microphone running around? Sarah, can you run around? Thanks.
Okay, it works.
Hi, thank you. Sumaya from LGH. I'm a bit curious about the leadership camp. Could you please elaborate a bit more about it?
We have a presentation afterwards about it.
Okay, thank you.
You need to click on the... No, you need to...
Presentation. We will have a separate presentation about it.
Nicolina?
There were other people before me.
Ah, then give it to Gina.
I'm a good person.
Hello. My question is...
Never local group?
Oh, sorry. Gina Savon, local group Budapest. Can you say how many Esteem babies do we have in the network?
Okay, we reached the agreement that it's more than 15 for sure, but we don't have the exact number.
Why not?
Okay, that's good feedback, thank you.
And Milton, you have a question? Well, okay, then give it to Milton.
Thank you. Milutin Milenic, LG Belgrade. My question was regarding the junior alumni. As junior alumni, what's the situation like? We're not the alumni yet. Can we participate in the alumni events? Can we not? Is there something else?
Of course, you can participate in each and every alumni event as a junior alumni. Only difference is, like, you don't have the voting rights during the alumni meetings, but other than that, it's pretty much similar.
Thank you.
Now, Nicolina.
Nicolina, LXV. Can the alumni do a hug and show us what Esteem Spirit is?
Chica, chica, chica.
questions?
Next question.
Fabian, I think. No question. Nicola? Where's the microphone?
Where's the microphone?
Hello, Nicola Philip Ajibrin. Could you tell the council if we ever had a situation that a parent and the child were both steamers?
Can you say it again, please?
I said, if you could tell the council if we ever had a situation that both the parent and the child were both steamers.
Yep, actually we have an example of this situation during Siam Seville, when they both attended the council meeting as a father-child duo, Hendrik and Eric.
Yeah.
I could actually answer that question. I have a girl in my LG. Her... Ingen hears me.
For the live stream, please. Lucas.
I can actually answer that question right now. I have a girl in my LG right now. Her mother founded LG Lulu. So she was one of those who started our LG. So where's she now? She's at university in Luleå and is a professor.
Okay, any other question?
So there's
here, Janne. Who's first?
Janne Elsilaperanda. So you said that if you apply for alumni, the application will be accepted in the alumni meeting. So how do you evaluate the members? Like, do I automatically get accepted?
Actually, we as a board look through the application forms, see if the STEAM background, like basically what it needs to become an STEAM alumni fits, and come up with a proposal batch, and we vote them in batches.
If you have been an STEAmer, usually you're accepted, but there's often sometimes like applications of people who have not been STEAmers, so those are reviewed a bit more carefully. But if you are here, then there's a high likelihood that your application will be accepted.
Madalina, can you just come to us to the stage where we take some further questions? Any other questions? Okay, then we... Okay, then you are free to do whatever you want again. So I'm closing.
Can we drink though? You said we are free to do whatever we want to do, so...
Can we drink?
No, remind you.
Do what? Do what?
No, it's okay, I'm messing with you.
Okay. We're closing agenda point 57, STEAM alumni presentation. Ist das nicht der VW? Ja, das ist der VW, ist ja nicht so blau wie nie. And then we open agenda point 58, mentoring program, and we open agenda point 59, I Am Caring Foundation. And can Maria and Senna come to stage for the I Am Caring Foundation? Can we have a mic on stage from you two? Can we have one on stage?
I think it's running out of battery. Can we have the other mic from back there?
Can we have the other mic? Yeah. Can we bring it to stage? Can you hurry up?
Hello. Oh, wonderful. Hi, everyone. I'm Maria, originally from LG Belgrade, and I'm happy to stand here with Sena today and tell you a little bit about the I Am Caring Foundation. But first, let me ask you a question. Who of you has actually heard of the I Am Caring Foundation? Not bad. And who of you is actually aware of what the I Am Caring Foundation is all about? Okay, significantly less people than who have heard of it. So I hope that by the end of this presentation, we will change the situation a little bit at least. So, when we talk about the I Am Caring Foundation, its purpose is to bring people together who lead change towards a caring society. And this purpose is supported by 3 pillars. On the one, the first one being the collaboration amongst students, professionals, and academics. The second one being a platform that enables you to make your impactful ideas happen. It's like a fruitful soil that helps these ideas grow. And last but not least, it is also a financial and legal vehicle that makes these ideas happen. So when we talk about the activities that have been organized, co-organized, and supported by the I Am Caring Foundation, there are plenty of those. However, here we are gonna concentrate only on a couple of these. So when it comes to the I Am Caring Convention, that's a flagship event of the foundation. Sena will tell you a little bit more about it. Then the Club 100. So we've heard from survey that they were talking about equal opportunities and that they are driven by the financial means. So that is what we have the Club 100 for, to provide equal opportunities within STEAM. And Martin, who you have already seen, will tell you more about it. Then the movement calls. The movement calls are a great opportunity for you to discuss topics that matter to you and to be up to date with the projects that are going on within the movement. Leadership camp. We've had a question regarding the leadership camp, so I will give you a short answer, but if the question remains unanswered, Dilek will tell you definitely more afterwards. So, leadership camp is simply put a summer academy for alumni. It is about a sustainable well-being for alumni, because they say only by being able to lead yourself you will be able to lead others. Sustainability Bootcamp. That is a weekend event that helps you learn about particular sustainability topic in detail. So our last sustainability bootcamp was on circular economy. And I can very well imagine that many of you have heard of the project SOS. That is the effort that that supported evacuation efforts of the fellow Ukrainian steamers.
Okay, so going into the conventions a little bit more details. As Maria mentioned, it is the flagship event, but what is it actually? So those are the events that takes twice a year, and we as students and professionals gather to talk about in a specific selected topic for the convention. So we have some examples. In January 2021, we had about sustainable finance as online, and then one about carbon neutrality in Helsinki, and the last one was in Berlin about housing concepts in April, sorry. And the next one is going to happen actually right after the council meeting, focusing on the sustainable tourism in Turkey or in Istanbul. So yeah, basically if you are interested, that can be also a way of get to know a little bit about the foundation. But what else can you do with the foundation? So you've heard quite many projects that Maria mentioned, but what can you do actually inside of the foundation? So, oops, sorry. So first one would be, as I mentioned, joining the conventions, hear about the topics that are discussed, mostly about sustainability, and also hearing about the experienced people there. Also, we have movement calls that you can join and discuss. They are happening regularly, and you can also get to know the fellows there. And third one would be joining the production of a podcast. So if you actually know someone who is inspiring or who creates an impact, you can interview that person and host an episode for I Am Caring podcast, and that we could share with everyone who could actually be inspired by the person you know. And also, of course, any new ideas are welcomed as well. So if you have any new idea that you would like to create a project about it or to discuss with the foundation, just bring your idea and everything is very welcomed. And
so here we have an overview of people who committed themselves to sustainable development of the foundation and who are taking care of the financial and legal matters. That, however, does not mean that there are no other people contributing to the activities such as Sena or Dilek or Martin and many others. So, yeah, before we get here, I would like to circle back to my second question. Who of you is aware of what the I Am Caring Foundation is all about? So, could you please raise your hands now if you're more aware of what it's all about, what we've been up to? Cool. So, Sena, I think we've achieved our aim for today. And you, if you would like to stay in touch, your first step is to join our newsletter. That's it.
So we have some time for questions. Does someone wants to ask a question? Rob?
Sorry for my voice. I don't know if I can, to question Elizabeth LXV, if I can ask her the question about Project SOS.
Please.
I know that now in my LG, the process of evacuation kind of goes to the stop. So I know that the money in this project still exists, but what happens if there is no any more application for this project? Will be where will go money?
So I cannot tell you the exact amount of money that there is available. However, if there is money still available, that's a subject to discuss, because people who donated money, they donated it for a specific purpose. And as a foundation, we have this duty to stick to what we promise. And that would be something to be evaluated. I cannot tell you if there is money left, how the money will be spent on. So that's something to be discussed within the team of the project SOS, and then communicate to the donors and see if there is an overall agreement. Thanks.
Any other questions? Yeah, Thomas?
Thomas Groen, LG Tampere. I believe a couple days ago we heard that over 10,000 euros was raised for helping Ukraine and Ukrainians. Maybe I missed something, but on Ilium I cannot find any reporting whatsoever how this money was used or spent, or maybe it's still to be used. Is there an intention to, in the near future, provide some sort of status report on this?
That's a very good point, and a very good idea to actually discuss and eventually implement. I don't see any reason why not to do it. But so far there hasn't been any action in that direction. But it is not because we don't think it's important, it's just because of, you know, the hectic of the day and of the things we have to do. But definitely a very good.
Lisa, too.
The question is better to I want to comment that we with Artur and Nastya Plishkanovska work in the same team, like on the first station for we check the requests that people send to us and ask for money. So after I saw that Artur have a presentation about projects to us on CM Belgrade. So after it, there's no really a lot affects us. So if you want to know how many requests was really approved, you can approach Artur just for short report, because there's not really a lot changed.
Okay, thank you. We don't have any time for any more questions. So thank you, Maria. Thank you, Sana. I close agenda point 59, Harry Foundation. Work. And I open agenda point 60, Club of 100. And I open agenda point 61, Ad von Award and ask Martin on stage.
Let's check if the microphone is working. It is. Excellent. Thank you so much. In the next 4 minutes, I'm going to give you a very brief introduction into the Club of 100 and how we make a difference in this team. First of all, why do we have a Club of 100? Well, we realize there are still substantial differences in purchasing power in Europe, and those are getting more and more. Maybe I should use this microphone instead, sorry about that. I like to walk around when I'm presenting, but let's do it like this. So yeah, it's not easy nowadays to be a student, especially if you live in a country with deteriorating economic situation, high inflation, countries like Turkey. We know that it can be very challenging. And we also know that there are people who have parents who would like to support, but they're not able to because they're not earning that much themselves, and they may have some people may have parents without a job. So we want to help those students and give equal opportunities to IM students to be active in a STEAM, independent of their background. Secondly, innovation and getting sponsors. Also, getting sponsors nowadays in a situation like this is also difficult. And we know that if you really want to have a well-established project, it's much easier to attract corporate sponsors than if you want to get something new off the ground. So what we want to do is to stimulate innovation and to make projects and initiatives possible that otherwise wouldn't have been. So we also can provide crisis support when needed. Club of 100, administered by the IM Caring Foundation that you already heard about. So we have a triumvirate with one representative of the members of the Club of 100, that's currently me, and we have one representative of the IM Caring Foundation Council Fellows and one representative of the Esteem Board working together to run the Club of 100, and the foundation also provides a legal structure for that. Our members, they donate at least 500 per year, some donate more, which is much appreciated, and they commit for at least 5 years. Most of our members are currently Esteem alumni. Until recently, we also had one professor in here, maybe not surprising, Jim Platz was a member of the Club of 100 as well, but maybe you have a professor at your university who would share our values and would like to support our goals. Let us know. And who knows, maybe some of your parents would be in a position to help not only you, but also students from other countries who are struggling. So you can find links to our application forms in the Esteem portal. So we have in the Equal Opportunities category, we have participation scholarships and leadership scholarships. And in the activities category, we have the Ad Fundum Award, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, as well as the opportunity to apply for crisis support for events and projects and services. But remember, we are the last resort, so you will have to explore all other feasible options first, and then you can apply if you need to. But obviously our funds are limited, so we cannot help everyone. So that's how we make a difference in Esteem. You can find more information on our portal page, and if you still have any questions after reading that, you can send an email to clubof100@steam.org. In the interest of time, I'm not taking any questions here today, but feel free to approach me afterwards. So let's go full speed ahead to the Ad Fundum Award, with permission from the chairman.
Yes, you can.
Thank you so much. So, Ad Fundum Award, who of you has heard about it? Who has considered applying for it? A few people considered, but didn't do it, at least not this time, because there were no applications from students, which is a pity, because this is a great opportunity to get some money, to realize your, so turn your drunk idea into an amazing new project or initiative or a new success story, something that adds value to Esteem and really brings the organization a step forward. So any Esteemer with an idea can apply. It's sponsored by the Club of 100, indicative amount €500. If you need a little bit more, just explain that thoroughly in your application, we will consider it. You have a realization time frame of 1 year, so it's important that you make a plan on how you're going to realize this idea, who is going to be involved, so it has a bit of commitment and realism in the plan. So if you start with a drunk idea on a napkin, we recommend then maybe once you have sobered up to collect that napkin, maybe have a call with your friend who you met in the bar and had this drunk idea with, and put it into a proper plan and submit your application. So then the applications are evaluated by the Esteem board in cooperation with the Club of 100 Triumvirate. We're looking at creativity, innovation, feasibility, commitment, and of course also the added value to Esteem. And on top of that, we can offer coaching by an experienced Esteem alumni and innovation consultant, who is also multiple Ad Fundum Award winner in the past, Alina Sikbrand. Some of you may know her. So I would highly encourage all of you to start developing your innovative idea. Maybe you have some ideas here at this CM that you can continue working on afterwards, or within your committees and local groups and departments, and then apply for the Ad Fundum Award in spring. It will be announced in due time. Kai, anything you would like to add from the Esteem board side?
Yeah, Ad Fundum Awards is indeed a very great opportunity, I think, especially now that it is harder and harder to get resources for an amazing project or an amazing idea. And we saw many great opportunities turning into reality, and I highly want to encourage you to think also about your ideas, and maybe you have something in mind and you will surprise us with something. That would be amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. So I'm pretty sure you can approach Martin tonight with a beer. He's always open, especially if you have a beer in the hand. Okay, I'm closing now agenda point 60, Club of 100. Sandmann, lieber Sandmann, es ist noch nicht so weit. And I'm closing agenda point 61, Ad Fundum Award. All the single ladies, all the single ladies. And now I'm asking Madalina on stage for the mentoring program. And Becky.
So I hope this works. Yay! Hi everyone. This is me. I'm Madalina. I'm, as you can see, an alumna. I've been with this team since 2009 in different local groups. I started in Bucharest, moved to Darmstadt, moved to Eindhoven. So pretty long journey, but I'm still active even if I graduated about 6 years ago. I live in Munich at the moment, and since this year, I am the project leader for the Growing Together mentoring program, which is a very cool program that I will be telling you about over the next few minutes. So the idea of the mentoring program is to enable esteemers and esteem alumni to basically prepare themselves for the future. So it does have, let's say, a professional development as a target, but it's meant to be a way for people to develop themselves and be ready to face the challenges that the future brings, whether it's mostly professional, but also some personal challenges. And for that, we pair a student or a junior alumni or a young alumni with a more experienced partner, and they work together for a year on developing a strong relationship, which is mutually beneficial. So as a mentor, you also get a lot of this relationship, and which requires obviously work and dedication from both parties, but at the same time gives a lot back, particularly to the mentee, but also to the mentor. So to tell you a bit about the program, it started in 2013, and this next year will therefore be the 10th edition of the program. And we've had about 140 students that were part of the program so far. I'm not sure if this is necessarily correct, but let's leave it at that. So about 20 students are paired every year with an esteem alumni, and they work, as I said, on this relationship. So what's new is that now we don't just do students and alumni, we can also pair younger alumni that also face challenges and don't really know what they want to do maybe in the future or need a bit of guidance. We also pair those with more experienced alumni. So for this year, the application will start probably next week, which means there will be an email sent out through the board to all of you with a link where you can apply to be part of the program. And after that, we will select the candidates, and you will get an overview of the available mentors that are also shortlisted, and then you can pick the people that you resonate with the most. Then there's this pairing process in which you will get to talk to your mentors, and eventually you will form, hopefully by the end of this year, you will form mentoring pairs. And then the process starts in 2023, where you agree on what your goals are, so what is exactly that you're looking to get answers from that relationship. And then you will go through the program for the next entire year at least, where you will be having regular meetings with your mentor and discussing things, but we will also support from, let's say, the central team. I'll provide regularly resources and check in with you to see how the relationship is progressing. So stay tuned for the link and apply. And to give you a bit of an idea of why this is such a cool program, I have Becky with me today, who has been a mentee and can tell you a bit about her experience.
Hi, I'm Becky from Dortmund. I just recently started working, like a little less than 2 years ago. And during my whole studies, I didn't really know what to do after finishing university. Like, in these council meetings, I was sitting there like you guys, watching this presentation about a mentoring program, and I felt like, okay, maybe someone who's already in work life for quite a while can tell me a bit, yeah, how to find a job that really suits me, like my interests, my talents, and give me a bit perspective on how you can develop a career. So when I finished my bachelor studies, I decided to apply for the mentoring program. I did a master's afterwards. So my main period of the mentorship was when I was doing an internship during, like, in between bachelor and master. And I found my mentor just by, like, coincidentally one day, like in a team event, we were sitting in a bus next to each other and started chatting. And in this bus ride, he gave me like 1 or 2 really cool advices. So I was like, okay, I will write up this guy and ask him if he wants to be my mentor. But what else you can do is, when the mentoring program starts, you get a list of all the mentors. So especially if you know you want to go into a certain field, you can check where people are working.
Becky, just technically, can you go closer to the microphone?
Yeah. You can check where people are
Okay,
working.
take the right microphone. I think this one.
Yeah, you can. Oh, that one's better, yes. Yeah, so you can check like where people are working to get a bit of an idea like who might help you the most. And yeah, like the mentoring program, we had like regular chats to talk about yeah, what's going on in my mind. He was asking really good questions, and yeah, really gave me like unique, like a new perspective how to look at what I want to do. And I feel like that helped me a lot, like in this whole process of finding orientation after uni.
So that's that. You have my contact details here. You'll get an email, as I said, sometime probably next week. And if you have any other questions, I think we have some time now. Otherwise, you can just either write me up directly or to the distribution list, where also the board representatives are in there because it's a collaboration between STEAM and STEAM alumni. So that's it. If you have any questions?
Yeah, feel free. We have time for 1 or 2 questions. Okay, if not, then feel free to approach them in the evening or later. Thank you both of you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, maybe one piece of advice, really apply when you're at the end of your studies. Like, make sure you have like bachelor's degree done, or like you're really about to start looking for jobs. If you do it too early, you might not get as much out of it.
Now I have to.
Yeah?
Now I have to step in. So yes, correct. But also, sometimes the decisions you're facing are regarding your studies. So, for example, let's say you started studying something and maybe you're not that much into it. Maybe you're thinking about changing specialties, maybe moving to another country. These kind of decisions. For this kind of stuff, the program is also very, very suitable. I guess the question is, what kind of challenges are you facing? What are the things that you really want to focus on? And based on that, the statement is true. Try to time it in a way that you can still do something about it, and it's also not too early. Because if it's not concrete enough, then the relationship will probably fizzle out because you don't have as much substance to really talk about it. I think that's probably the key to the whole point, to make sure that it is what you make of it. So if you have really a concrete, let's say, struggle, or concrete topics that are on your mind, and you really also structurally go about it with your mentor, then you get a lot out of it. But if it's just a vague idea and you just want to catch up with someone, it's probably not going to last very long. So, yeah.
Thank you, both of you.
I just want to say that the email that they talked about is being sent to the Actives mail list. So if you're not subscribed to the list, you are not going to receive it. To subscribe, you just need to log in into the ST portal, and in the home page there is a button right on top, so you will see it easily.
Thank you, Francesca. So I'm closing agenda point 58, mentoring program. Glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. Glory, glory, what a and he ain't gonna down. Okay, open agenda point 62, CM photo. Petra.
Okay guys, we're gonna take the CM picture now. You can take 5 minutes, fine, I don't know, your local groups, friends if you want technical. Merve, please stand up so that someone can see you.
My name is Istanbul-Yildiz. I would like to ask about MR change. It's written in the IRs that 2/3 of the voting needs to be a yes for an MR change to be able to happen. Can you tell what was the yes, no, and yellow votes there? Numbers exactly? because they must be counted.
Can we take the other technical from Rob in the meanwhile?
Rob, you can speak.
Sorry, I misunderstood. So, Robert Zastro, LG Berlin/Milan. Just one question for the photo. Some people might have stolen some flags. Should we just give them back already for the CM photo, or just?
Yes, you can maybe text Sarah, send her a picture of the stolen items, flags, and just return them so that everybody will have their flags for the picture.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, Merve, they didn't count. We will just make the revote again, so we have to properly document it. Okay.
Is it the same situation for
Voting committee? Did you count before, like when we had the report? No. Yeah. How many exact? Yes.
It doesn't matter to the minutes, you must write every single vote. Is it 12 people? Is it 30 people? Like, you cannot just look and say it was 230. Or whatever.
That's not true. It's about, if it's a majority, you can see, okay, it's more than 50%. If it's more than 2/3, you can say that it's about if the vote's accepted or not. That should be in the minutes.
Max, but you don't know the number.
Sorry?
You don't know if
No,
it was
but we know it's
exact.
more than 2/3. You know, you have to know that if it's 2/3 or more. No, because you're not the voting committee, you didn't count. They counted, they saw that it was more than 2/3, it's accepted.
The technical von Ilmenau or from Liège? Can you give the art? Okay, Merve can ask again.
We want to know the amount of people who said yes or no.
Okay, we vote again. Okay, can the voting committee come on stage? So I open agenda point 35, change of regulation again. Reopen it.
Is everyone aware what we do again now, or should we clarify that again?
So who needs clarification? Yes, and Petersburg. You need clarification. So we vote upon. Can you put it on the screen? The change of internal regulation that students associated to members, observers, or guest local groups can be a leader in this team. And the board earlier proposed like a change because the first proposal was conflicting with other regulations. So we had earlier an open vote, and we will vote upon it again to document it properly. Is it clear for everyone? Or should we reopen it again? And these are those two slides again, just to... Can you open the other one? Okay. Can you, again, like always, raise your sheets if you're in favor, against, and abstain with the respective colors? And keep your sheets up, please keep them up. Keep them up. Can you raise it properly up? And process also. Can you announce it, Troy? Can you announce it?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
everyone counted individually and we all came to the same numbers. We have 58 people who voted yes, so green, and 9 people voted against, so red, and 6 people abstained. So that would come down to a percentage of 86.57%, so that's more than 2/3. So it's approved.
Thank you. Thank you. You can take a seat again. Okay, I close agenda point 35, change of regulation. I don't know any songs anymore, guys. I can see you, halo, halo. And now we're coming back to the CM photo.
Okay. So guys, please, you can now, I don't know, take 3 minutes, be fast, find your friends, local groups, whatever you want, take your flags, and be placed in the middle of the room to take the CM picture. You can start standing from the second row and back.
We are seeing I am not speaking. Are you sure? You can sit, you'll be taller than me. It's sad but true.
I'm going to stand on a chair.
No. No one will see me anyways.
Guys in the front, we start lining up from the second row. The CM organizers and the table can stay, the rest you need to go a bit more back.
Oh, because you're tall.
Shall we? Come. Shall we do like
No, you make it and then, oh, look who's behind us. Wait. Higher up. Yes, perfect. No! Then does that mean I'm part of LG Media now?
Guys, the ones that are on the stairs, please squeeze a little bit or go in the back. We cannot fit the stairs.
This is a very good size. Yes.
Sorry? We're not gonna try to not have photographers just for the picture. Yes, guys, you over here do not fit in the picture. Please move in the back.
If you're standing on the stairs, you're standing wrong.
If you're standing on the stairs, you're out of the picture. Oh! Guys, you in the front here, please move in the back or squeeze or something. Guys, you in the front.
Everybody say pillu.
That's right.
Patricia, put it a bit higher. But not too high. Don't hide us.
Not too high.
Yes.
Ingen parallel bro. Acho que o vídeo não se acaba, mistura tudo e cada vez seja cada vez mais forte.
Your Easter is usually 1 month after ours.
Please go back to your seats. Guys, go back to your seat. GA's not over yet. Yes. Sit down, sit down. GA's not over. Sit down.
I accidentally took off the internet cable for a second.
Yeah, it's like green. So it's online. You can wait, I can check it, but
Okay. Everyone. Okay, we are closing agenda point 62. CM photo. Mediterranean region. Mediterranean region. Mediterranean region. So hot. And I open agenda point 63, voting results 3. Can I ask the voting committee on stage?
Did you get one?
Okay, so we will now present to you the voter results upon the matters that you voted upon this afternoon. So we again have different requirements. Application for observership, so that's about a Cartagena application for observership needs at least 2/3 of the votes in favor. And the other one, service lead application, council meeting application, just of 32nd board approval of the budget and motion all need the majority, so at least 50%. We'll start with 2/3 of the votes required, so that's the application of Cartagena. There were 68 casted votes, meaning that 46 votes were required, and they got 68 votes in favor. Congratulations, Fran and your other people from Cartagena.
So, for the next one, we had the discharge of the 32nd board, and like we saw before, there was a need for 50% of the votes. We had 65 casted votes, so there were 33 required votes. And we had 63 votes in favor, which means that it was approved.
Then approval of the esteemed budget. There were 65 casted votes, meaning that at least 33 votes needed to vote in favor. And it got 61 votes in favor and 4 against. So congrats, Max, they approved your budget.
Then we had leadership application, BX4X days, 65 casted votes, there were required 33 votes, and Marlene, are you suffering right now? And she was approved. So congratulations to the new leader of the BX4X days.
Marlene, do you accept it?
Yes, I do.
Then the leadership application for the ST magazine, again 65 casted votes, so I need 33 votes needed to be in favor of a certain person. And she got 64 votes, so congrats Sarah with your new leadership function.
We will ask for the exception online.
For the next one, we had application of Budapest for the council meeting in autumn 2023. There were 68 casted votes, 35 required votes in favor, and the results we will have next council meeting in Budapest.
Gina, does your local group accept? Yes. Perfect.
Then moving on to the motions, this one is about the environmental impact. There were 63 casted votes, so needed at least 32 votes to be accepted. It got 55 votes in favor and 8 against, so that means that the motion was accepted by the council.
And for the other motion, preventing discrimination against non-IEM students in STEAM, we had 62 casted votes. We required 32 votes in favor, and we got 43 votes in favor and 19 against, so the motion is also approved.
Yeah, those were all the votings.
Nicola, clarification?
I just want to say that for like half the people who are here right now and weren't here in the morning, there was an amendment to that motion. So just so you
Can
know.
he get a microphone?
Okay, Nicola wants to say that for the motion, which was just proposed, there was an amendment for all the people who were not earlier there in the morning, raised by Hannes and Maria von Darmstadt. So for the people who were not there in the morning, we want to see what the amendment was, which was also accepted. We will post it, I think, in the announcement group or something. I think it was already even posted there, but I'm not sure. But we will share it there. Hey, applause for our voting committee. So I'm closing agenda point 63, voting results 3. Nur nach Hause, nur nach Hause, nur nach Hause wollen wir nicht. Live. And I'm open agenda point 64, discharge of the board, and I like to ask Kai on stage and this 30-second board, please.
So our dear predecessors, with the discharge, one very important, impactful life aspect comes to an end, I would say. And what a life aspect it was. Behind you is like a year full of experiences, full of different challenges and full of great moments, but also full of moments that were maybe not that great. But I really hope that those few moments make you appreciate the great moments you had even more. And I think you can look back and be proud of yourself to stepping up and being here. And I want to thank you in the name of the STEAM network, but also in the name of our board for your handover, your dedication, for being there. And I want to have a really big round of applause for the 32nd board. And this is, of course, not a moment that should remain uncelebrated. This is why I hand you this mysterious bag now.
Sasha, if you want, you can also. Sasha, if you want.
Okay, thanks for this round of applause, and thanks Kai for the 33rd board for the kind words. And I think we also have something to say. It seems like indeed our 1 year, maybe a bit more, journey as board members coming to an end, and we were discharged, so we're super happy about it. And we could not imagine how our year would look like. I think no one expected that many things happening. Good and not that good ones, but I think that with those people as a team, we've been through a lot, and we learned on our way, and we grow together, I believe. So don't expect us to disappear. I think we'll stick around for some time and join Oldies Club and be somewhere there on the back rows, just enjoying our time, watching how the network will develop and being there to support. So thanks everyone, thank you network, thanks to all of our leaders. We really appreciate that you were there during our journey. We love you and we see you somewhere in Europe.
Thank you. So I'm closing agenda point 53, voting session 3, because I forgot to close it earlier. Ha ho he. And I'm closing agenda point 64, discharge of the board. Someone has a song wish?
Who run the world?
Who run the world? Good.
Girls.
And I open agenda point 65, signing the letter of understanding. We will do this later, so the board will approach the leaders, etc. Later on. So I'm closing agenda point 65, signing the letter of understanding. Another song wish? Hotel Dias ist das Istanbul, Istanbul, Istanbul. And I'm open agenda point 66, miscellaneous, and I give Kai the word.
Thank you. I would like to address one thing. On Monday, we informed you, the council, that our member groups, St. Petersburg, Moscow, and Minsk, entered like a signed commitment in which they wanted to take responsibility to contribute to a safe environment and esteem. Part of this agreement with the local groups was to, or is, refraining from the use or promotion of national symbolisms in positive context, such as national flags. This agreement was concluded a few days before the council meeting. That's where we then informed also the organizers of the CM about it. We communicated this, however, not detailed enough and did not provide the clarity needed to this local group. And this, unfortunately, resulted in Russia not having a designated table in the international night yesterday. We are truly sorry about that. This was never the intention. And I want to stress that our aim really is to try to ensure a welcoming and comfortable environment to everyone. And we sincerely want to apologize that this miscommunication caused the contrary yesterday night. We take full responsibility here, and I want to stress that we will ensure and take actions that a similar situation will not occur in the future events. Thank you.
Okay, so guys, since we are approaching closer and closer to the official closing of the council meeting, we thought that this is also a good opportunity for us to thank the people who also helped us in very critical moments, who worked with us before and during, and will also work with us after the council meeting. And I would like to start with my secretaries who are sitting with us here. I hope your fingers are still functioning, and thank you for being here like during all GAs and documenting everything. We really appreciate your dedication and help to us in this event. So thank you. And I would also like to thank our voting committee. It's actually a much more stressful, I think, job than it looks like, but you guys managed everything very well. So thank you. And we really appreciate your help and all the explanations you did for us during CM. Thanks.
Now, our live stream and questions responsible, Jan, who woke up with us every day at around 6 a.m. just to come here and try out the cameras and make sure everything goes well in the live stream, and also like help with very different things throughout the GA. So thank you, Jan. Our working group and training session coordinator, Sila, she's unfortunately not here at the moment, but she also was a big help with the coordination of and the distribution of all the participants for the sessions and worked with us before the council meeting a lot. So I would also like to thank her from here. And yes. Our photographers and videographers, Maria, Nikolia, Beatrice, Aliki, Milutin, and Mina. Thank you guys. I think we will look back to very nice memories because of you. And you were like even taking very nice pictures in the night activities. And I think we are really grateful for all of your hard work. And last but not least, we would also like to thank our singing unicorn. Yes, he was here with us, and he really, I think, made it a good experience for us as a board, and he helped us, he calmed us down, and yeah, he was always there to help us in every moment. So thank you, and we are happy with you. Thank you. That was it from my side.
Thank you. But maybe also go the other way around, because there are other 6 people sitting in the front who actually put a lot of time in making this experience very, very nice for all of us and to develop the organization. So maybe we give a round of applause for our 6 bodies here in front.
Okay, guys, there's some local groups that.
Okay, I make it for Petra. There are some local groups who didn't pick up the magazines yet. Please go outside and pick up your magazine after the GA is closed. What questions there?
There are also a few more people that I think we should thank for, and those are the harassment contact persons. They helped us feeling more safe in the evening, I hope, I think yes, and they did a great job. So thank you, Sarah, Max, Milutin, and Diana for taking this role.
Max? Okay. No, who the contact persons today?
Sorry, the harassment contact persons of today are Sarah and Janne. Sarah is over here.
Jan is in the back.
Jan is in the, yeah.
Perfect. Then I closed agenda point 66, miscellaneous. Ein Leben lang, keine Schale in der Hand. And I open agenda point 67, one more theme song. Can the board please start in a theme song?
Steamers, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Climb, climb up Sunshine Mountain, where the little breezes go. Climb, climb up Sunshine Mountain, faces all aglow. Louder! Turn, turn your back on sorrow.
closing agenda point 67, one more esteem song. Climb, climb up sunshine mountains, faces all around. And I open agenda point 68, one more agenda point. And I immediately close agenda point 68, one more agenda point. Berlin, Berlin, wir fahren nach Berlin. And is the board ready? Are you ready? And I open agenda point 69.
Nice.
Official closing of the council meeting. I give Kai the word.
I feel like there were enough speeches. I just want to say it's been an outstanding experience for us. I hope for you as well. See you again. Enjoy the last night. Have a great time. See you somewhere in Europe.
Announcements afterwards. So don't sit down even if I close the last agenda point. I close agenda point 69. Nice. Official closing of the council meeting. Yeah. Das ist my song. And can I get the organizer on stage so you can clarify what will happen now before Gala and now? OQ, Eschke, is someone of you here? Can someone get the organizer from outside? You can get it. I didn't receive my second punishment.
Any punishment suggestions for...
What?
Wheel of it.
I can also do Fliegerlied.
That is not the punishment. You can be more creative.
Show us how caterpillar works. Caterpillar the whole stage.
Jan, turn the lights off.
it's just it.
Hello. Yeah, actually, is it allowed to drink in the shuttle?
Yeah, I guess not.
So, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you can drink water whenever you want.
Stanley.
Danny, Eindhoven, well, it doesn't matter anyway. But, like, how does it work for the DoubleTree people? Like, do we need to come to the other hotel?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and how are we going there?
Our organization team members will guide you and we will announce in our WhatsApp group.
Okay, great, thank you.
Any questions?
Jan, you have a question? Jan has a question? The other Jan.
And what do we do after the gala dinner?
After party?
Like directly from the place we
Actually,
have.
gala dinner will end at 2 a.m. So after that we will go to another after party and we will let you know about all of the details in the announcement channel. Please check
So
it.
we're at the gala dinner place until 2 a.m. Correctly?
2.
Yes.
We will be in the gala dinner place until the 2 a.m. and after that we are going to the after party.
Also, belly dancer is coming to gala dinner.
So please prepare your minds there.
Paulina? Paulina? Guys, please sit down. We still have questions. We need to clarify.
Can you please send all announcements before we will go to gala dinner so people without interest will know?
There's a question.
I have a question about breakfast for now, because some of us are leaving very early. Is there any solution?
Yeah, we will bring some sandwiches in our hotel. So if you find the organizers, you can get there.
Okay, thanks.
Achel? Sit down. There's still one more question.
It's not that. Maybe according to the people being here.
Nice!
I guess maybe we should also say to take the trashes with us because it's like a
Fair point, yeah, fair point. Everyone, please take your trash with you so the organizers have less trouble.
Guys, also we will get off to the hotel tomorrow 11 a.m. So please be on time, otherwise we will be in really hard situation for about the hotel.
So check out us at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay? There's more question, Tallinn?
Sit down, sit down, sit down.
Do we also get food in the other hotel? Like, do we have to come for breakfast to the Uranus hotel, or do we have it also in DoubleTree?
Yeah, you will also have it. And we will give you like in 1 hour, I guess.
Okay. So, now you're free to go. Have fun and see you tonight.
Don't forget to get Delegate from Moscow, Dmitry. I have your name tag. Maybe you need it tonight.
Danny, we still have your wig.